man's riding another man's neck, you know? How's man got his nuts that close to another man's face? Turtleneck suit and all. Tom, you're a disgrace to Scousers, fam.
Tom's on fraud, watch sirens near. Said clop out, that takes severe. Tuchel you lost the plot, replacing a legend. Nah, you're not hot. Robbo's cooked, but he's still your guy. 2025, we need to buy. Left back crisis, you stay blind. Man stuck in a past rewind. Van den Bergen, bro, that's bait. He ain't ready, stop pushing fate. 50 for Lavia, you said it's wild. These levels above, that take was vile. Tom, you're a fraud, disgrace to the north. Scouts are supporting England, get off. Turtleneck on while he rides his boss. Balls on shoulders, taking that loss. No streaming months, you vanish, mate. Said Mount's the one. That ain't great. 70 mil for Ducare's name. We'd be robbed, that price is lame. Quanta over Canate's fire. That's like swapping heat for a flat car tire. Mid with Carve and Elliott too. This ain't academy mode, it's Liverpool boo. Nunes banging goals, that's lies. He shoots wide more than he tries. Works false 9, that's not the plan. Bro, you're not Pep, you're just a fan. Skulls over Gerrard, shameful talk. That alone should make you walk. Tom's an alcoholic, truth exposed. Drinks 10 pints but water's ghosted. Tom, you're a fraud, disgrace to the north. Scouts are supporting England, get off. Turtleneck on while he rides his boss. Balls on shoulders, taking that loss. Still no stream, man's gone MIA. Sipping lager, dodging the tray. Verts false 9, that ain't the play. Tom takes belonging yesterday. Condom suit still tight. No stream since last daylight. Still gassing, still crashing. Tom, you're officially finished.
Banger, absolute banger. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to episode, why does it say episode 4? What the hell? Something is wrong with this. Episode 94, ladies and gentlemen, of the A-listers. You get me? Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. Guys, we are literally 2 subscribers away from 56,000 subscribers, and I'd love to hit 56,000 subscribers live with you guys. Let's go, 56k baby. Let's rock and roll. Joining us first and foremost, he's back, still wearing championship jewelry and stuff. Like, bro, like, oh my god, PSG have blood on their hands. Here you go. Look how shameless he is. Just look. Here you go. Yeah. Show them.
Big up everybody. Like our fellow fraud Hassam has said, hit the sub button and get him to his next target, or there will be no bank holiday for the next 7 months. Hit the like button, subscribe. It is day 8 of the 1,461 day, 208-week reign as your world heavyweight champions. The gargantuan, superior, incredible, and inevitable Blues have entered the community. Welcome, everybody. Some people were saying that we were late, but when you're a king, you're always on time, innit? You're always on time. So, big up for waiting. We are now here. Acknowledge us. Hit the likes, subscribe, and if you're not Chelsea, speak when spoken to. Big up.
I want to see the belt. We're not doing without. I want to see this whole thing, how it looks. No, hold it. Like, actually hold it. I want to see the whole thing, bro.
There we go. In all its majesty.
Oh my god, this guy got a Chelsea-themed belt.
In all its beauty. We even got CFC LDN on the back. We got the fashion statement. Up the gargantuan Blues, bruv. Yeah, man. Real shit.
I have to respect it. I have to respect the shamelessness, honestly.
Come on, man. When I told you 4 years, you thought we were live.
Where did you get this belt?
WWE. On the WWE shop.
You custom made it into a Chelsea one.
No. They've been doing they have a European legacy belt range. So for 12 specific clubs from Europe, they all got one of these. Chelsea got one. Tottenham did for some reason. Inter, AC, PSG, Dortmund, Villa, West Ham, and a couple of others. European legacy belts.
European legacy, so I'm guessing no Arsenal belt then.
Arsenal and a title.
There you are.
That's a good one, man. That's a good one.
Speaking of Arsenal and shamelessness, you get me. I absolutely love working with this guy. I was telling him in the background even, and I'll say it publicly. This guy stands on business and he don't give a shit what people say, and I love that about him. How are you doing, Solz, mate?
Yeah, I don't know what this propaganda for Chelsea's happening here, but we'll get into it when they sit third, fourth, fifth. They drop down, they'll humble themselves.
It's a World Cup thing. You guys haven't played in it yet. You wouldn't.
Yeah. You'll humble yourself. Let the beginning of the season, you'll probably lose your opening game, and you'll come back down to. They've got this baby R9 talk. They've got the championship belt. Bare cringe stuff going on, man.
You wouldn't understand, man. Arsenal's never been associated with a title in like how many years?
Mate, ours is gold. Don't worry about that.
Oh yeah, so's ours now. So's ours, and ours is the only one.
That's fake.
It's yours gold, mate.
Oh yeah, ours is gold. We know how to do it, mate. We don't lose games.
Yeah, we know how to do it, and we know how to be the only ones, bruv.
Okay,
one of a kind.
It's only happened once. Yeah,
we didn't have to plate our trophy gold to feel different. They just gave us one. That's the difference.
Yeah, they had to give it you out of sympathy. We had to earn it.
No, they had to give it to us.
Your words, brother. Your words, not mine. You said it.
I think this fight is absolutely beautiful, but never forget who the kings are. Let's just
soon come.
Yeah, we'll 6 UCLs. I respect it, man. One World Cup.
One thing I'll give credit to the Chelsea fans. Chelsea fans have always been respectful towards Liverpool Football Club European heritage. Every time I actually ask a Chelsea fan who you think the biggest club in England is, they'll all say Liverpool. Genuinely, like they fully say it. So you know what?
Respect on us in like the last 4 finals. So it's like we don't really have a lot of material to go with anyway.
Anyway, you want to know what's better?
My battles.
Yeah, I hear that. To be fair, this battle you can't win. The battle with Solz, hey, it's easier one.
World Cup, bro.
It's easier one. Hey, joining us next, know what's better than one Arsenal fan? 2 Arsenal fans. Massive celebrity has finally found time for us peasants to come down here and actually speak to us. You get me? He actually is currently in Hong Kong training with the Liverpool team, and you guys know how when the channel keeps getting bigger, obviously we're closing in on 56k, you start to get celebrities up in here. Liverpool right back, ladies and gentlemen, himself is here. Connor Bradley, how you doing, mate?
No one knows where I am like that. So, but big up, Sam. Thank you for the big welcome. I hope everyone's well. Big up to the chat. Yeah, thank you for like. I know it's like if you see our chats with me and Sam, it is a lot of sorry can't make it, sorry can't make it. But I appreciate you always asking me for the invite or asking to invite me, Sam, and yeah, looking forward to talking some football. It's been a while, so big up to everyone locked in, and do smash the likes and do subscribe as well. And yeah, should be interesting, man.
Always welcome.
I don't like Conor Bradley. We need to drop this.
Just quickly, just so we can establish something. Does TJ give you any of these intros? Be honest.
Wait, what?
Does TJ give you any of these intros?
Nah.
TJ don't introduce you like this.
No. I mean, he introduces me well. He doesn't introduce me like shit. But he just doesn't call me Conor Bradley.
I introduced you like shit. I just called you Liverpool right back.
No. I just said no, you're the only one that calls me Conor Bradley. I don't hear that from anyone else apart from you.
Oh,
I don't think I really look like him at all.
You really want to do this? Do you really want
to do it? I don't think I look like him.
Okay, you really want to do this?
Okay. I don't think I look like him.
No, I have to get a picture of myself now.
Yeah, I don't think I look like him.
Oh, we're gonna do this right now. Oh, we are so gonna do this right here. Here you are. Here you go. This is literally Conor Bradley's fucking profile picture on Twitter. I'm gonna remove us all.
Oh, God. Right, this is interesting. I don't know. Maybe if I grow a bit of facial hair, maybe I'll look exactly like him. But I don't think I look very much like Conor Bradley. But
I'm sorry, there's no one that can deny that he looks like Conor Bradley.
I'm sorry, man. Like, I kind of see it.
Oh, okay. I'll take a Premier League footballer. I'll take it. But I just.
It's not a bad thing.
Of course not. No,
yeah, it's not like
it could be a lot worse. It could be a lot
worse. Yeah. Come on, man. Anyway, Europa League winner. You get me. He's here representing the Spurs, the mighty Spurs. JJ in the building. How you doing today, man? You're on mute.
I'm good. I know I was gonna say that's the most sense I'm gonna make all evening. But like I was just saying, like I saw the belt. I didn't realize, Spurs we're kind of like an intercontinental champion at the moment. You know what I mean? Like I was like, if I knew, you know what I mean? It's like it's good.
You guys got one as well. To be fair,
as I'm saying, we're not main eventing WrestleMania, but we might have the best match on the card. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
So it's also on the UCL, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, listen, we little old Spurs. We lost in the main event of WrestleMania in 2019. And you know, obviously, come back, won the Intercontinental title this year at Mania. You know what? Can't complain. Little old Spurs, 2 European finals in 6 years. Who would have thunk it? But yeah,
Fair.
thanks for having me. I assume we're on over 56,000 now. Yeah,
We have hit 56,000 subscribers. Hey, let's fucking go on. Big up to you guys in the chat.
Just
man.
for that,
We did
guys, there will be no curfew on Saturday night.
Let's go. Let's go. 56K. Big up to you guys, man. W's for you guys in the chat. We are approaching 60K, ladies and gentlemen. We're galloping there. Let's go. We're riding the horse through the mountains all the way to 60,000 subscribers. Big up to you guys, man. And finally, last but not least. Go ahead.
Let's
Just
go.
Just do it. The world is waiting, Vator. Don't let us down.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
Vator game.
Wheel it, run back.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
Vator game.
Let's go. My favorite introduction.
The best part of the show, man.
The best part. I agree with this. Big up to you, Vator. Hope you're good, my brother. Thank you for joining us. Listen, all these guys' links is in the description. Vator Games TV. Connor, I actually forgot your channel's name. Please send it.
Bro, I don't upload, man. I'm too busy doing graphic design stuff. I don't.
Okay,
post
I'll
them.
just put TJ's channel then.
Yeah, do that. Big up TJ.
Yeah, let's go. Here we
Leave
go.
it as
TJ's channel is in the description. Go subscribe to Egal Talks Football. Go subscribe to Carefree Lewis G. Even the guys who haven't made it today, their links are in the description. Please go give them a subscribe. Let me just grab these supers and then we'll get this party started. Big up to my guy Becca, man. Becca, honestly, your support has been unbelievable over these last like two weeks, bro. Thank you so much for always supporting the channel. Big up, Osam. What do you say about us having 2 left wingers now? Xavi Simons and Gittins plus Joao. 2 right wingers, Pedro Neto and Estevao plus Palmer. I think Liverpool and Chelsea have the best transfer window. We'll talk about Chelsea in a bit, but just because you asked my thoughts, I'll tell you this. Look, I rate Xavi Simons. I like Xavi Simons as a player. I think Xavi Simons will help Chelsea. Pedro Neto, I'm not a fan of. Like, I think he has a lot of improving to do. He needs to improve so much his game, specifically in the final third. But I really like Xavi Simons. Gittins, I think, is obviously still raw, so he has a lot of time to develop. Estevao is still a test because he's way too young. So, you know, perhaps, maybe if you're going to be a bit greedy, one more striker at Chelsea, and then you're going to be fully cooking if you want to be greedy. You know, if you really want to be greedy. So that's what I'll say.
I mean,
But
Jackson's
as
up
a-
to United. They might
As a
have
front
space for it.
six, no, I don't think Jackson stays. Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's
I
what I'm
think
saying. He
it's
might be up
loan
for United.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then I don't even think he even has a place on the squad. Xavi Simons' fee is expected to be lower than reports of 60 million. Yeah, and listen, that's what he's worth. He's a very good player. He can play 10 as well. Very technically sound. But I'm telling you from now, expect inconsistency in the final third. He ain't like 100% consistent. Just so you know, it's on and off with Xavi Simons. He's not like always on it, you know. He's not like a Palmer, Wirtz, like, you know, Musiala level. Like, he ain't that level, you know. He's like the tier below that. So that's what I'd say on Xavi Simons. Big up Lewis. Let the peasants know how to sit down and know their place. Don't at me unless you pay money, peasants. Elia, remember when you told me Chelsea are going to win the league and then you disappeared for 6 months? But I'm a forgiving man. You get me? Remember, Premier League champions 2025, Liverpool Football Club. I'll see you next season, though. You best believe I have my eye out on Chelsea. You best believe that. Chelsea are up in my respect scale, just so you know. The Joker steak is still disgusting. So let's not open up that can of worms, please. Let's put that one in the refrigerator for a bit. Solve this. These peasants won't get it, Lewis. What, the key to the title?
You need a key to open the Club World Cup, basically.
Yeah.
You need a key to open it.
Oh God!
They gave
How
us
many
the
more
keys.
years?
Literally, the keys.
How many more years will Arsenal flex Invincibles? 22 years and counting. Hey, they're gonna flex that till the day they rest because it's been quite a while, man.
Chelsea are flexing their Club World Cup and it's till this day. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna
but it's
carry
been a
on.
week.
Well, we only won it a week ago.
It's
Yeah,
history,
it's been a
history,
week.
isn't it? History is history. The
All
past
I'm
is the
saying
past.
is, man can't complain about me for 4 years. Then they've been doing it for 22.
Yeah, listen, you cannot
That's
claim
like the
history is history.
Did I complain? I'm just saying, if Chelsea are allowed to do it, so am I. That's all I'm saying.
Fairs.
That's
I
fine.
think
I don't
everyone
mind.
should
We beat
be-
the Invincibles.
I think everyone should be able to flex all their historic wins. Every single one of them. The defensive 15 goals conceded, the Invincibles, first English team to win a European Cup, obviously the Sheikh buying City, and the 6 Champions Leagues. Everyone has like a historic moment that you should be able to flex. Big up to Elia who says it's a gold key. Also, yeah, I'd assume so because it's a gold trophy. Anyway, listen, big up to all of you guys. There's already 1,000 people in here. We haven't even started the stream yet. Thank you so much for getting us to 56K. Keep subscribing, keep hitting the like button, keep getting involved in the chat. I'm sure you guys will enjoy this show. And actually, I feel like for once, let's do something different. We are always talking about Arsenal and Liverpool and blah, blah, blah. I want to talk about the Chelsea this time. I want to start the show with Chelsea Football Club. I want to ask Mr. Lewis, what are the rumors for incomings and outgoings? And I want to see how Chelsea fans are feeling about the short-term future of your football club. Talk to the people, Lewis.
All right, so that was a lot. So okay, we'll start transfer news then. Nicholas Jackson isn't really for sale, but we listened to offers, and I don't think people would buy him anyway based on the amount they were asking him for him, because we're looking at Ekitike's price tag and just saying something around that. I don't think anyone's spending that on Jackson without him going on loan. And I've already said I think the best option for him would probably be to go on loan. Like, he should never have been the starting number 9 for Chelsea for 1 season, let alone 2, with no backup. But he had to carry the workload by himself, and it's absolutely nuked his confidence. And that's why so many people are now happy to let him go. And I understand. We got João Pedro, we got Delap. I get it. He ain't as important as he used to be. But I'll always maintain that there's a player there. And there's a player that will be a lot better in a couple of years. He ain't ready now. I would loan him. Send him somewhere away from the spotlight and just go and hone your craft without eyes watching you week in and week out. I think you'd have a very good season. And then you either reintegrate him back into the Chelsea squad, or you just sell him for even more money. You probably would get close to Ekitike money if he could have a strong season elsewhere. Because he's a good football player. He's a good striker. He's just a horrible finisher. He has to, if he can get his composure up, if he can start tracking the offside line and burying your chances like you did within the first 4 months of the season, that's a player that you could get top money for. Right now, you're dreaming. You're dreaming getting anything close to that. But
I'll never forget what you said about Jackson first 10 games of the season, and rightfully so. And then what happened to him after makes no sense, I'll be honest with you. He fell off a cliff for no reason.
I don't get the drop-off. We went from Isak and Haaland debates to back to Havertz and Højlund. I'm like, how the hell did we get back here? How the hell? But here we are, innit? This is why you got to go on loan, because now you're just not going to get the minutes that you need to develop anyway. There's too much talent in front of you. Go on loan and then try and sell him there, because you're only going to ask for big money with the amount of years he has left on his deal anyway. Bar that, we're still just trying to focus on outgoings. Whole Garnacho thing is still there, but it's like, it's just monitoring. It's the same shit from January, so I still find it hard to even like.
Don't be in denial like the Arsenal fans. Come on, don't do the Arsenal Madueke thing. You have to acknowledge the thing.
Here's the difference between the Arsenal Madueke thing, and I've acknowledged the links since January. It's just nothing has changed since January. We've gone from monitoring to monitoring.
Fair.
Nothing, no difference for someone who we've been looking at for so long. With Noni, they were looking at Gyökeres first and then brought in Noni. That accelerated like that. I haven't even seen the Garnacho situation move. So I got like Xavi Simons, for example. We've now started talking to the player. That's an acceleration. And look how quickly that's taken. I cannot like even try and be worried about Garnacho to Chelsea, because it just seems like clickbait at this point. But I acknowledge we are looking at him, because we have been for like the last 8 months for God knows what reason. But yeah, Xavi Simons looks like it might happen. It was meant to be him or Morgan Rogers, and I think Morgan Rogers is just a bit too expensive for us right now. And Villa are trying to sell literally anybody except him to raise up their funds. So I don't think we're going to get him until late in the window, and I don't want to wait that long anyway. Xavi Simons is quality enough. I mean, he might not be as physical, but he can still play in multiple roles. He's still a good ball carrier. He can still play on the left and has played on the left a lot. I think more than what Rogers has, but I have to double check. It'll still be a good move for us. You're not going backwards by getting a Xavi Simons, so I'm fine with that as the option for us. But
I have got a question though, because on the Xavi Simons things, right? I have got a question, because I've been following his career since the Barca days, La Masia, when he signed up and stuff. he seems to have a tendency of like an attitude issue of leaving clubs and, you know, offering himself out like a whore. Like the man just wants anything and anything. Like I just don't get it. Like I've never seen a player this good offering himself out the way he does. Like Chelsea linked him, Arsenal linked him, Liverpool linked him, like United have been linked him, like Barca wanted him back. Like I just don't get it. Like it's just one of these things where is there an attitude issue with the player because he's too good to be moving around the way he is for clubs to not hold on, like PSG to just let him go like that.
But it's not making it a PSG. Like if you're a young player and you don't manage to break through at PSG, it doesn't. I wouldn't see that as like a damning indictment. I think environment for young players is very important. I'm sure Lewis will agree that Chelsea is one of those environments where it's like if you're the right player, you can make it. Not every young player is going to make it at Chelsea. Xavi Simons, to me, is probably the best player Chelsea can possibly buy at this moment in time. And the reason why I think that is because if you look at who they've got Gittins and Neto who are playing on the left wing. Yeah, Neto's also going to play on the right wing. Means that if Simons comes and shares left wing minutes, but also plays number 10 when Palmer plays right wing, that's the perfect fit for what they've got here. There's no other. I don't really know another player.
I'm not doubting the player's ability here. I think there is obviously. I think Palmer's going to play right wing like he has done in Club World Cup and stuff like that. But where the concern kind of comes in is like, why hasn't he been able to land and stick a move?
Hold on, but look at where PSG were when he was there, right?
It was the easiest thing to break into.
Well, I mean, how? Okay, obviously not, because it wasn't that like Mbappe, Neymar.
No, but their midfield and 10s was shit though.
Yeah, but but the thing is, Neymar played 10 at times at PSG. So anyway, but besides the point,
that's what I'm saying.
The fact that he went to PSV, tells me that he wasn't ready, right? It tells me that he needed reps, he needed to get better, he needed men's football, and then he's gone to Leipzig, and you know this. He's a good player. He's a good to very good player. He's young, huge upside. I think without knowing the player and knowing how he trains on a one-to-one basis, I'm just like he didn't break through at PSG when they were in their Galactico era, and since then he's developed as a youngster. I don't think there's any negatives to this signing whatsoever for Chelsea. Worst comes to worst.
I haven't even heard anything of an attitude problem with him, to be honest.
It's the first time I've ever heard it. It's like him saying that today. It's the first time I've ever heard it.
I think he's just a young player trying to work his way.
Every club he's left, he's had an issue with. Like even at Barcelona when he left, it wasn't like a smooth sailing leave. Like he's just gone and like left now. There was an issue there as well.
I think he's just a young player.
It might not be a player's situation. It might just be his whole entourage that a problem. Bit like Osimhen. The reason why Osimhen hasn't had this big move is because his entourage are dickheads. From what the media are saying.
Solz, what? And I'll let Lewis take this, but I was like, what about the alternative theory that every time he leaves the club doesn't want him to go? And that creates an environment where it makes it difficult for the player to leave, or they're asking for a lot of money, and he has to act in a certain way to be able to leave the club. Because in every single one of these situations, I don't think PSG wanted to lose him. I don't think Barca wanted to lose him. I know
Barca definitely didn't want to lose him. I know that because they seen him as the heir to like the next like big thing, but obviously situation kind of evolved itself into being a bit toxic for him to stay.
This is new, Solz. I'll have to do my Google.
I'm not joking.
I've never heard Xavi Simons' attitude problems, but this is new.
Neither have I. That's the thing. I'm even trying to look into it. I can't find anything.
Okay, I have
one thing from Build a couple of months ago. Reportedly behaves like a diva, which annoys those at Leipzig. But that's it.
He's a young player. He's only 22.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a lot about nothing. I'll be so real.
I think he's just building his career.
He's been spoken about with.
I think he's just building his career. I think this Chelsea move is big for him, and it could be a humbling move as well. If there is an attitude problem, I think Chelsea could be a very humbling move for him. The Premier League is obviously a very competitive league, and having a player like him with his standard, he's got to perk up his game as well in a league like this. No disrespect to the leagues he's playing in at the moment. I think it's a big pedestal take for him, and if he can perform as well as he can here, as he can in the other leagues where he's been in France, Germany, and Spain, and I think he'll do just fine. But you know, he's a young player; he's got plenty more room to grow. And if he has got an attitude problem, I'm sure that the Premier League will fix him up a good bit. Definitely.
I have an interesting question to you guys regarding the Xavi Simons signing. Do you think, because watch this, look at the Chelsea front four: Palmer, Pedro, Simmons, and you're looking at one other winger, right? Like, let's say Palmer plays in the 10. Are Chelsea trying to replicate PSG's playing style by not really having, because Maresca came out publicly and said this. He said, I don't want one player who scores 25 goals. I want 3 players who score 15 goals. He said this publicly. Do you see a world in which they try to replicate what PSG did with that front four, where they're all interchanging, where they're all changing? Because you look at that team, Joao Pedro's not an out-and-out goal scorer. I rate him very highly, but he's not that. Simmons, the same. He can play left wing, but he's a very technical player. Cole Palmer on the 10. And then if you have on the right-hand side, let's say someone like an Estevao, someone like that, do you see a world in which they can replicate the way that PSG play football?
I kind of see it because even with Gittins, the idea is that he's a direct winger that's always going to go for shots. So we're going to want the same thing from him too. So yeah, definitely. Like if we really didn't want that, we would have gone all out for the likes of Osimhen or someone who's just a bot that's got a lot of goals. Maybe we would have gone in for Gyökeres as well and like started a little transfer war. But nah, we've gone for players that will improve everyone around them. And players that also know how to find the back of the net at least over 10 times a season. Joao Pedro aside, but I do believe he could do that just based off what I've already seen so far. But yeah, the point still stands. I actually think we are trying to do that. And I think we showed against PSG that we can play them at their own game. So, yeah, maybe.
It's a smart move, having multiple different goal scorers on your team. I mean, if you look at Chelsea down the last couple of years, I mean, especially last 2 seasons, obviously Palmer was the main goal scoring outlet. But even look at seasons before that, when, you know, Kai Havertz at the club and Mason Mount, you know, they were the top goal scorers, you know, around that area. So the fact that they've got all these different players, if they want to do what PSG are doing, multiple goal scorers in the Premier League, it's massive. So smart move. And I think it makes sense. I agree with Lewis. You know, you don't go out for the Osimhens, I think, for Chelsea anyway at the moment, with the squad they're trying to build. Don't go out for that one big player. The fact that they're doing multiple different players with such talent and goal scoring abilities, it makes sense. And it's smart. And it makes me a bit worried for Chelsea next season to see how they're going to do.
Let me ask you a question, Connor, since you already touched on it. Are you worried about Chelsea next season? Be honest.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, and I'm not going to hide shade in that. I think, yeah, look at what they're doing. They're setting a precedence, and they're taking a stand, and they're showing that they're not to be messed with. So I don't see why people should not be afraid of them next season, because look what they're doing. And looks like they're going to be a tough side to fare next season. But we'll see how it fares with all these new additions. But I think they're moving smart. I don't think they're just spending money for no reason. I think they're smart moves. It's not, you know, and look at the way they're selling players as well. They're making the money back. So as Chelsea always have done. So I think that, of course, yeah, it's definitely a thing to look out for. And they are going to, I do believe there will be a danger next season, 100%.
I like I don't obviously like Chelsea, but I like they're adding some dog to their team. Like there's like the profile of what they're looking for is dog. Like, do you know what I mean? Have you got some dog in you? Like Joao Pedro. Like it's funny because Delap came in and I was like, oh, good signing. And then you get Joao Pedro, who's kind of like a perfect mix of Jackson and Delap. Like if you mix the 2 players together, you get Joao Pedro kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, now the problem that Chelsea are going to have is that every time Delap plays, you're going to miss some of Jackson's characteristics. And every time Jackson plays, you're going to miss some of Delap's characteristics. So Joao Pedro is going to default be the guy now because like he meshes it well. I think they look decent. I think they look like a good team. They've got decent players. They can get good market opportunities, 50 million or less, for all the best promising 23-year-olds and below. It's a good team, good project. They need to. The one thing I'll say to Lewis is he can't do this thing where he's walking around like Brock Lesnar, and then when the season starts, it's like I just want to fight. I just want to fight in the opening match with Hurricane Helms. Do you know what I mean? Like,
what a reference!
Yeah, thank you. that's the point I'm trying to make here, is that, like, listen, you know, the beast, the legend, guys who started, ended the streak. I don't know how you're doing it, but now going into next season, the champions of the world surely have some expectations, right? We have expectations for the champions of the world, right? It's not like the champions of the world are walking around with a belt being phony and then go into the season with no expectations. You wouldn't do that now, Lewis, would you?
Now, bro, before we even got into the World Cup, I was saying that we should be in a title race next season. I was saying that I wanted to compete and contend for everything. Now I just have even more reason and a badge in front of me that says that we have to do it anyway. So, yeah, I'm with it. I wanted us to go for the league title. I said in year 4 of Clear Lake, or season 4, if we're not winning, if we're not going for the league at a minimum, I'll say winning, but I'm looking at Liverpool season. They're still going to be favourites regardless. But we should be at a minimum contending. Or if not, what the fuck are we doing? Now, yeah, we got the World Cup.
Yeah.
We've got a little bit of vindication. That's something that's going to last me for a good long time. But we're greedy. Chelsea I've grown up knowing is a greedy institution that wants everything. So I want to go for everything. Yes, I want the league next season. Yes, I want the Champions League next season. I need us to bring something home next season.
I'm gonna say to you now this, and I mean this in the most respectful possible way. As a Spurs fan, it kind of feels like I'm throwing rocks at the throne, or, you know, proverbial bricks through glass windows. But stay with me here. Like, it's been a while since you guys broke 80 points. Somebody can make the argument that you're a cup team now. Yeah. So I'll be looking at you.
Make the argument that we've been a cup team for years.
True. But like, let's say since 2017. Yeah, like, I think that's the last time you won the league. Since then, you still got to lots of finals, played at the highest level. Obviously, on your day, you know, you're still as good as you ever were on your day, as it were. Yeah. So you're playing this now. Obviously, you guys can do damage in the FA Cup and the Champions League. I'd argue that Chelsea should be looking. Can you get to 80 points? How long's it been since you got to 80 points? Like, you guys should. To me, that's the biggest side of.
You never got that under Tuchel when you finished third. You didn't get to 80.
I don't think they got to 80.
Let me check. Let me check. I don't remember the Premier League for the last.
Okay, as Lewis is checking, Blue Brother Vator, I want to get your opinion on Chelsea, mate. How are you looking at this Chelsea team?
Oh, we got 74. We got 74.
How am I looking at Chelsea, my Blue Brother?
Yes.
With pride, you know, just it's just nice to watch. It's good to see. Like, I mean, everyone counted them out of the Club World Cup, but I was happy to see Palmer. I was happy to see Lavia.
By the way, just so you guys know, what's it called? Jay is right. I just double checked. The highest is 74 in the last 6 years. Go ahead, Vator.
Yeah. I mean, I got no issues with Chelsea. I got no hate for Chelsea. I mean, we fought for UCL. I was disappointed that we didn't win it. But in terms of over the years, there hasn't been any bad blood. And I'm looking at an upcoming season where I'm very prideful of my academy that's been very, very well developed. And I see several players over there at Chelsea. So it's all good business. It's all promising for future recruits that want to go through the City Academy. And they get my academy players.
Are you little broing them right now?
No, I'm not little broing them.
Do not lie. We could see through your bullshit. Go ahead. Say it full screen without smiling. I dare you. Go on. I'm not little broing Chelsea without smiling. I dare you right now. Go on.
I'm a very happy person. If I smile, it's because I got a lot of good things in my life.
Yeah,
but
sure.
I'm not little broing Chelsea.
That's old chestnut. Okay, Vator. We know you, brother. Come on, Vator.
All right,
you're gonna lie to the world, Vator. Come on.
You asked me a question and I'm answering.
The
I got no
issues. Knows you, brother. Come on. You're
yeah, they know me. I got no issues. I've never. The only time, funny enough, the only time I have issues with Chelsea is when I'm doing American Waffle with the frauds of Marshall and RSM and Ahmed over there. That's the only time I got issues. But when we talk ball, no, listen, there's no problems. Now, I've been saying it for a while. Chelsea are going to be in the mix to cause problems amongst whoever is competing for the title, right? And again, there's always a look at how Chelsea are spending, look at how City are spending. There's not quite that talk when it's when it's another club, you know what I mean? But Chelsea have invested to be here. So when Jay was talking about, you know, are there expectations next season? Damn right there are expectations. That's why their whole fan base were crashing out. That's why they were so quick to be like, Poch out, right? You either deliver or you're out. Maresca delivered, so he's got time. Now, what does he have to continue to deliver this season? I don't know. That's for Chelsea to decide because he's already given them a Club World Cup. But I got no issues. I know if I need to win this title, I need to go through them. I need to go through you. I need to go through Skull. I need to listen, and obviously Connor, obviously. But if I'm going to do this, it's with them, and I got no hate. That's real. That's no gaslighting.
I'll tell you my opinion, Vator, and I want to see if yours feel the same thing. There's 2 London clubs right now involved with me and you, which is Arsenal and Chelsea, right? That's who we think are going to be there and thereabouts. There's a part, and as crazy as this sounds, there's a part of me that's not worried about Arsenal. I wouldn't say worried about Chelsea. I would say I'm side-eyeing Chelsea. You know, like I'm side-eyeing them. Like I'm you know, when you're driving and you have the mirror, you're just looking behind to make sure the guy's not coming too close to you. You know, that's what I'm doing right now. Like I wouldn't say I'm worried about Chelsea because let's be honest, Liverpool won the league, upgraded left back, signed fucking Florian Wirtz. We've upgraded massively up front. So obviously Liverpool are favorites next season, and it should be. This is how it should be for most people. Should say Liverpool are favorites, but I'd say I'm side-eyeing Chelsea. Like I'm looking at Chelsea like shit. Could they do something?
But okay, so this, to use your analogy, yes. On my way to try and win this title, I've adjusted my rear view and my side view. I'm checking to see where Chelsea are at. But it's not like you tried to gaslight and say I was little brothering. I'm not doing any of that. I know that they're going to be important. I know that the way they invest and how aggressive they are, that they're going to be in the mix. You can't but not be, right? You can't move aggressive with how you spend and acquisitions and how you sell and not then be in the mix. It's a byproduct. So whether the manager, whether the players can actually deliver, because I think they're still the youngest squad to want to compete for this title, that all needs to work itself out. But right now, no hate. Right now, Chelsea are in the mix. I actually think that it's a lot closer between Chelsea and City right now because of how I looked in the Club World Cup and how they came out of this Club World Cup to be like, you know what? I can't ignore anybody. We were, 2-3 points separated us last season. There's not much difference from what I'm seeing right now to really say that I'm comfortably ahead of Chelsea. I'm not going to go that far.
Big up, Alexis. Listen, man.
Big up, fellow king.
Chelsea are a little bit of like they're beginning to annoy me now. But I will see at the start of the season. I don't want to jump the gun too quickly. Listen, City will always be the main target for me because I know that there's that bald bastard called Pep. And you can never count out Pep. He's like just because the last time that bastard had one bad season, he came back and won 4 in a row. One bad year he had, and then he made the whole Premier League feel his wrath for 4 years in a row. He had one bad season, Liverpool won the league. 4 in a row he hit us with immediately. So you can never, that guy is not even a mosquito. That guy is just like a straight up, like just like a bear, like a grizzly bear, just running through you. Like that guy is not normal. So I always have to respect Pep. But then the third club, I'm just looking at like this Chelsea situation, this Arsenal situation, and I'm like, okay, I backed the losing horse 2 years in a row to win the league. So that's not going to happen again. And I just don't trust their manager. And then I look at Chelsea and I'm like, you just slapped PSG 4-0, 3-0 in a final. And you made them look like they're a nothing club. That's the same club that beat Inter 5-0, by the way. That's literally, like, you go to the record books. The biggest margin win in Champions League history ever. PSG against Inter. Ever in history. No one has had a bigger win ever. And Chelsea Football Club, who barely finished 4th, slapped them. So the math is not mathing for me. They sound Joao Pedro, who I rate very highly. I said on this very show that you were here with me, I said he's Bobby Firmino region. That's how highly I rate him. Liam Delap, he's a very good player, he's a very good finisher of football, and he's someone who can come on and make an impact for them off the bench. So now I'm watching them. They signed Xavi Simons, and they have a front four of, let's say, Palmer, Joao Pedro, Xavi Simons on the left, and on the right, let's say, Pedro Neto and Estevao. That's low-key a very good front four, you know.
The thing that I don't know if Lewis will agree, but we've seen the psychology of what it means to compete for a title, right? I think
Yes.
if there continues to be all expectations on Liverpool, all expectations on Arsenal, and all expectations on City, then Chelsea will have a great season. Because we've seen, and no disrespect, Lewis, but when it hasn't been you guys favorites, you guys expected to win, that's when you guys create the mad upset. That's when you guys get these results. So if they play, and I know last year was a gimmick, if they play the cool guy this year and don't expect and don't put that pressure on them as a club, I think they get the success. But once everyone's saying Chelsea, you must, I think that's when it might crumble down. I think that's when it might go left.
I think, adding to that point, I don't really know where to place Chelsea this season. I think best of the rest probably feels about right, but probably the gap between fourth and third, Chelsea will be looking to knock one of the top three out of their positions, surely. It could be City that look the most vulnerable. I can't lie. It might be because when City lost to Al Hilal, a lot of things from last season came flooding back in that game that I thought City potentially had moved past, and they're going to have to work on that a bit. But looking at Chelsea, I think the one thing about PSG as well is I think a lot of people did results-based analysis of PSG last season, and I get it. But when I look at how PSG played against Arsenal, second leg against Villa, Chelsea, clearly there's a physicality and energy thing that Prem teams can give them, which is difficult for other continents and teams to do because they don't have the same player quality and pace throughout their sides as Prem teams do. So obviously a big win for them. Like I said, they're a cup team, moments team. Like if they're gonna play this season and they're gonna play all these competitions, they need to build a good squad, and the rotation people need to show that they can deliver at that level. Like I think they went out of both cups, domestic cups last season when they heavily rotated. So Chelsea need to make sure the players that they're rotating in keep a solid team level in order for the team to progress. And that's important for them. And depending on how well they do that, because the Premier League is a fine margins league, very fine margins. So the trade-off between these players and the bench players is probably going to dictate how Chelsea do next season. So
I think we'll be a lot better off now because, like I always mentioned last season when we were in our bad patches under Maresca, that we'll always see those sorts of patches when teams are turning into possession-based football. We've seen it happen with Luis Enrique. We've seen it happen with Pep. We've seen it happen with Sarri. There'll always be a phase where we're not really getting results and we look boring and we look like we're not trying to even get the ball into the final third. But it was about getting past that. Maresca also had players that he didn't necessarily want or want to rely on that got brought into a squad like João Felix, for example. But now we have a squad that's had a year working under Maresca, and now they understand the philosophy. And you can see because Maresca's now experimenting a lot more. He's trying a lot more different formations. He's trying a lot of tweaks out mid-game and everything. So I think you won't see that problem as much as you did last season because now the players understand the philosophy a lot better.
Okay, let me grab these supers and I'll move on, talk about Arsenal, and then we'll talk about Liverpool as well. You get me, have to work your way to the top. Step by step, Habib. Step by step.
Let's start off with the Kings, bro. I respect it.
This is why I like the addition of Jay, because Jay's capable of talking about all clubs. Like, I could ask Jay about Brentford and he'd be able to talk. Even from the days of Spaces, man. Jay no ball, man. He's just as simple as that. Big up, big up. Hussam always read my full name.
No, keep going, Hussam. Keep going.
It's enough. Your head's gonna get big now. Big up to Blezu, who says Hussam always read my full name. It's changed for a reason. You ain't gonna get me to say that for $2, brother. What happened?
Blaze, your world champions.
What happened to your money, Blezu? I thought you're a businessman. I thought you own businesses and shit. And now you're trying to bribe me for $2? Nah, Blaze, I don't like this move, man. You're a lot better than this. You're a lot better than this, Blezu. Lot better. World champion, king of the world, and you're trying to get me to say some shit for $2? Nah, bro.
You should be saying it for free.
No, I will not say it for free. You're not gonna get me to say that because me and Blaze have beef that goes back a while. You get me, Blezu. Me and him, we will talk. I will see you, Blaze, Don't run like last year, huh? You and Ilya as well. Because Abdi has stayed. And a couple of Chelsea fans stayed. Daniel in the chat stayed. You get me, Yasser stayed. Shout out to Yasser. I know the ones who stayed. I'll never forget. Don't come here only when the sun is shining. Don't come here only when the sun is shining, brother. Don't come here only when the sun is shining. Those who wear this medal, history belongs to you, is what JC is saying. Yeah, of course. Chelsea are now officially, according to this FIFA shit, they are the world champs. You get me? So
The
you get
only
world champs. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'll say. That's what I'll say. Bro is begging and gaslighting people into super chatting. How pathetic. Tell me you don't have friends without telling me that you don't have friends in real life. Have you ever been outside, Daniel? You know that's how you fuck with your mates. You know that's how you joke around with your mates. Blaze probably laughed at it, and you're here white knighting for Blaze. Blaze, who don't need your support, don't worry, relax. I'm begging for super chats, but I'm the only channel with no memberships. 56,000 subscribers, never forget. Big up to Cypher says, Solz, you want him at the Emirates, don't you? Salty as fuck. Do you want Xavi Simons at the Emirates?
Man, we were getting Eze, man. I don't need Xavi Simons. I'm good. We're cooking different
sure
over
about
here.
that.
Yeah, man, I'm very sure about it. Either way, man, we'll take one of your worst wingers and go win the league. It's calm over here. Don't worry about us.
I like that energy, man. I like that.
What's everyone's shock prediction for next season? Ooh, let's get one shock.
Noni Madueke will change the opinions of a lot of people.
Fairs.
And also Havertz will get respect that he deserves. But we'll get into that one.
I'll say this. I think 2 of the promoted sides will survive. I think Brentford
Who
will
got
get
promoted? It was Sunderland, Burnley, and who's the other one?
Leeds.
Burnley's going down.
Only Leeds and Sunderland.
Burnley's going down. Everyone stop it. Burnley's getting relegated.
Burnley's going down.
Yeah, so Sunderland have done 2.
Do you not know about Sunderland? How they've signed those
I
players?
think Sunderland.
Yeah, man, Sunderland cooking,
I think
man.
Sunderland.
No, but no.
are
Do
staying.
you not see the players they've signed? AFCON. That's half the squad gone. That's half the new transfers gone in January, in December. Half of them are AFCON. So, like, it's good business for the players they brought in for the time when they're in the Prem. But
Yeah, but don't forget they can afford to lose games because all they need to do is survive. If they can have a really solid
I can see it, but I don't get the moves for all these.
You know
players
who I
in the
think is
Champions
going to get
League that are going
relegated,
back.
Connor? I think Brentford is going to get relegated.
Yeah.
This is something I'm worried about for Brentford.
That's a hot take.
This
I think
this,
Brentford will get
and
relegated
Buemo,
because
it's
they've
just
lost way too much good stuff.
yeah,
going on.
yeah. I agree.
we gutted their staff. Like, so we took like 6-7
And-
coaches
And
from
this new
them.
manager with no
Frank,
experience in first team.
Buemo gone. If
No.
they lose Visser, I'd 100% they're saying
Yeah,
again.
it's not looking good.
Bro, it's already kind of cooked for them. They've lost Norgard, who was key for them, and they've lost them.
Yeah, no guards, Visser and Buemo. They'd lose like nearly.
And then
Yeah,
Thomas Frank, who
the-
kept this club going for like 7 seasons or whatever it is.
Exactly.
I think it's going to be a
Sterling
tough
on
ride.
loan. He'll save them.
It's going to be a tough ride, I think, for them this season, especially up front, because we haven't seen it. The new striker they got last season, Thiago. He was injured, so
What's
he
your
really...
hot take, Connor? You didn't answer.
What's my hot take? I don't think Man United get above top 10 this season. I just think I get it with the Mbeumo signing and with the Cunha signing, I get it, but I just with the way they're moving and I'm sorry, I don't see it. I just think that they're going to struggle again this season. And I know
It's very, very plausible though.
I just think
I
they're going to
can't lie to
struggle.
you.
Again.
That is a hot take because 2 years in a row, it's a hot take.
Not getting it above with no European.
No. Okay. If it's a hot take, what are people actually expecting from United then?
Definitely
get
top
above
10
top 10.
after signing Mbeumo and Cunha.
No,
Conference
mid-table.
League.
I'm expecting mid-table. That's my
Conference
expectation.
League.
Conference League, yeah, maybe. I just
Yeah.
think
All
the
right,
way
okay,
they're
that's
moving
fair.
in the track, the way how slow they're going. I get the money situation over there is really, really dense at the moment. And I think they've blown the budget on these 2 players, 2 great players, make that clear. But I just, I was one of the people that said, I don't know if it was Bruno's choice, but when they got that offer for the 100 whatever million from Saudi, I don't know what the situation was whether Bruno didn't want to go to Saudi,
so
wanted to stay, but they should have taken that. They should have taken that.
Yeah,
And-
so from the people I know, Ruben wanted to keep him because he said the amount they're going to pay is going to cost us that much to replace them anyway, so we may as well keep the person we know. And Bruno wasn't really keen on the idea of moving unless United forced him to move.
I can understand it. I just think from my hindsight and the way I look at it, I just think the whole thing needs a complete rebuild, and I think you just got to get rid of the old and bring in the new. But
I hear
then
it,
again,
because one
but
game
then
a
again,
week
Bruno,
is
that's the shit part, because Bruno is essential to that team. He is the best player, so it's like, you know.
Guys, listen. The reason why it's a hot take is Man United are playing one game a week, and for the second year in a row, they finished 10th or below. That's definitely fucking a hot take. Jay and Lewis, what's your hot
Don't
take?
come me for that, Staffy.
So my hot take is, like, so every year the top 6, there's a team that severely underperform expectations. Now, if you're coming into the season without high expectations of Spurs or Man United, that means one of the other 4 teams that people expect to be at the top of the league, one of them won't keep the pace. I don't know which one it is, but it could be City. I don't know. It could, like, to me, like that Al Hilal loss, it's like, I don't know how you definitively fix some of the flaws that they have without buying entirely new defenders. And it's like, I'm not trying to say they can't be who they are, the quality level of City, but I just think that, like, Diaz, I'm not sure whether or not he's on the decline. I'm not sure. I think he's still a good player, but I don't know. City, to me,
Do you know what? Jay is absolutely cooked with this take, because the reality is, look, their over reliance on this Rodri return fixing everything is what I think is going to be Pep's downfall. Because I do look, Rodri's a brilliant player, he's one of the best in the world right now, Ballon d'Or winner, all of that. But we actually really don't know how Rodri's going to return. And he's right, like, unless they start signing some defenders, they are going to be cooked, because our defense cannot defend at the moment. And also, there's rumors of Edison leaving for Galatasaray and stuff like that as well.
I mean, the thing is I like Trafford. I think he's a good player. But when you're now starting to get to the point where you're like, James Trafford's the answer, I'm like, oh, wow. I'm not, because honestly, not even like in a piss take, I'm like, wow. Like, I remember when City were buying like Sane's and Bernardo Silva's off big seasons at Monaco, and it's like
they're copying our game plan. They're now buying their own academy players.
Chelsea's is more like Chelsea to me anyway. Chelsea, like Palmer, you struck gold with Palmer. Do you know what I mean? But you've had other sidings where it's like, you know, the law of averages. Like, you're buying young players, good wages.
I see what Jay is saying as well, because that's my prediction. I said one of Arsenal or Chelsea is going to have a very bad year.
Like, the thing with Arsenal,
I lean a bit more towards Arsenal, you know, a little bit more.
I don't get this Arsenal thing, man. I get
I'll explain it to you. I'll explain. You want to know something? Let's discuss it in Arsenal second. Let me just ask Lewis, what's your hot take?
Chelsea finished second.
Fair.
I think after your recent performances, that's not too much of a. I think actually, then again, second after your Lewis, you're right. Actually, that's hard to say.
I think a lot of people would think that. That's why they're doing the whole "don't go running, start the season." We need to hear expectations and all of that, because they're expecting the same.
You know what, Lewis? I respect you, because you ain't done what a lot of Chelsea fans are, which is boast and like absolutely go, "Oh, we're world champion," and then as soon as expectations come, they go running. So I respect it, Lewis. Fair play.
Yeah, man, I wanted this before the trophy, before the tournament. Now I just got even more reason to believe it. So they better.
I watched the stream on Judge Mo with Solz and with the 2 Chelsea fans. People thought that the Chelsea fans were cooking Solz. Solz was actually cooking them. Because one thing about Lewis is he's always putting expectations on his club. The other 2 were just like, oh, you know, we might be there. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? You're saying all this shit, and in the end, like, you cannot say everything with energy, and then come the question, and then you stop saying stuff.
Who's on that?
I think Coach, was it Coach something?
Oh, Couch.
Yeah, Couch, and there's another guy as well. I didn't want to work with that guy one day as well, because he's calling me out. I'm gonna get his number. I'm gonna get him on this channel. Signing the lap, Joao Pedro is a great addition. I want my striker bullying defenders getting into scraps. Diego Costa said, okay, JJ. There's a video on my channel where I say Delap is a very good signing. When you bring Diego Costa, you're doing too much. So we need to take a step back and you need to just breathe. If you're saying Diego Costa in terms of bullying, okay, he might bully defenders like this, but he ain't no Diego Costa. Like, let's chill. Let's chill out a little bit. Yeah, what are we doing here, bro? Diego Costa. Come on, man.
Let's wait for a bit.
Yeah,
and
let's-
then
You
we'll
know
go.
the deal.
Yeah.
If it's a
One
white
thing on,
striker, it's baby Costa. If it's a black striker, it's baby Drogba. That's the way we operate over here.
And perfect point, but the problem with me I've got with Delap signing now, it's one of these problems that you don't see until you see him play, and it's like I see why an Ekitike might have been better for what Maresca's trying to do. Like Delap at 30 million is an excellent market opportunity, and he's going to do well. But like there was just moments when certain aspects of build up he's going to have to work on and stuff like that. I was watching him. I'm like, this. Are you in the WWE or are you playing up top for Chelsea? He's a big lad. He needs to understand.
No, I hear it, but also like
No.
PSG game,
I hear what you're saying, Lewis. I'm just saying that because he just needs to play the line. And he was giving away a lot of fouls. He didn't have to.
No, I hear it.
What about an alternative way of thinking about it? Whereas, like, we know now, how like overly tactical and overly analysed like football's become to the point where like we are getting to this sort of stage of horses for courses kind of thing, and profiles make everything. There's going to be certain times where Chelsea are going to need a Palmer. Delap, or they're going to need like João Pedro might not actually be good for a game.
Of course. If it's 0-0 to Crystal Palace,
I feel like when you look at the the kinds of
I'm
players
thinking when we're winning a game and they're attacking us, you give Delap that space to transition into.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, there's going to be certain stages of a game. There's going to be certain points in a game, or even a substitution that needs to be made. Like, squads are now winning. It's not a single 11 anymore. It's about beyond the 11.
That is true. I stay home, Lewis's channel, when it rains. Hey, fair enough. I respect that because the Liverpool fans come home when shit hits the fan. I promise you. Solz is Havertz still better than Jokeras. CFC World Champs. Can we not do that again, guys? Please. Can we have a peaceful stream?
Well,
Please. Do you think
Isak I want the question answered. Go forth. So go on.
Right, all right. So we're answering the question. I said there's attributes within Havertz that outshine Gyökeres, but Gyökeres is better in areas.
Respect. Okay,
do you think
let me guess. Aerially, right? I guess you mean aerially.
Where is the answer to the question that we asked? There is no answer.
Because do you know why that's happened, right? So basically, we had this like 2-hour long debate, right? And I said like Havertz isn't as bad as people make him out to be. That's the premise of the point.
Listen, I don't mean to rush you, Solz, but what was the conclusion of this hour-long show that you had? What did you conclude at the end of the show? Because I assume you came up with it. Really matter.
Look, I said Havertz. There's going to be.
There was no conclusion. I can assure you.
Fair enough.
I said
they stayed arguing for an hour and a half. Ain't no conclusion.
Unless you want the argument again.
There's a simple way. Better striker. Yeah, is Havertz a better striker than Gyökeres? Yes or no?
It depends what you're looking for in your striker.
Yes or no. Who do you think is the better?
Champions League final tomorrow. I know it's unlikely because it's Arsenal, but Champions League final tomorrow. Who are you personally starting up front?
Who we're playing? That's what it matters to, though.
No, oh my.
It absolutely does.
You start Havertz because we scored in that UCL final, so you start Havertz 100%.
This is a nasty way to get out of it, but I respect it.
You've got to go with your heart. Yeah, I know. I can
tell. I might have a Delap one game over a João Pedro. I hear it, man.
That's what I'm saying. I can tell when someone's taking their heart.
The reason I say is because, look, if you're talking a team that we can transition, Gyökeres all day. But if you're telling me we have to bully and we have to slug it out, that's where I'm trusting Havertz at the moment. I just don't think Gyökeres is that kind of player.
I think it's another thing, so like I agree with you about the whole, you said earlier about Madueke. If people will be surprised, I think you'll be surprised as well when you see Gyökeres. If he actually arrives, by the way, we don't even know if this is happening or not yet.
Yeah.
But I think not saying that. Listen, I can completely get it. So I thought you were going to come out here and say no, because before I feel like I remember hearing stuff where you're like Gyökeres, no way, Havertz outscores him anyway. I thought you were going to say that, but I do get your points and what you mean. But I do think I'm not even saying guaranteed, 25 bad goals, but you know, with this CV that he's got, with the amount of goals he's got, there's no way he can't come here and not smash it. You know?
I hear you. We'll speak about it now in that section, guys.
Yeah, sorry.
Do you think Isak will come to Liverpool? No, not now that we got Ekitike.
I did see a report today though that you're not stopping looking at attacking options. So whether that's another winger or
I think Arsenal,
it's that guy at Madrid.
I think Liverpool are light though.
Well,
if you sell Nunes and Diaz, Ekitike is not enough. They need another attacker.
Oh yeah, that's what
I think so,
Rodrigo, mate. Hot take: Ekitike will outscore Isak. If that happens, I'm gonna drag my nuts across YouTube. You best believe that.
But we don't. The issue is we don't know the situation with Isak. What if he might down tool just because they kept him there?
I agree. By the way, Newcastle are not even going to finish in the top 6 this season. I'm telling you guys right now.
Yeah. There's a lot of competition.
Wait. Solz, is that Egal comment true?
Solz.
Okay, can I read the super chat first?
No.
I unstarred it. Here, I'll start the Egal comment. I promise you. Egal, your comment is starred. Stay here. No. I was here through all the Blaze, your world champs. So Daniel doesn't cry because me and Blaze can't fuck with each other anymore because police officer Daniel is on the chat. No. I was here through all the BS arguing with you when you said WordPress was better than Enzo. When did I say that?
No way! You did not say that.
I'll say something. Mine and Lewis's, okay, let me make something clear. Wait. Mine and Lewis's arguments were so intense that I would over dramatize things sometimes just to piss him off. You get me? That's just how it goes. Sometimes you have to.
But Enzo's a baller, man.
Yeah, you know what? I agree with that guy who commented 20 minutes ago. You gaslighter, man. You ain't changed. You ain't changed a fucking bit.
James Ward-Prowse. Oh my god.
Here you go. Egal's comment on the screen.
Havertz is my player, of course. I've got to back him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm not saying back him. Would you rather him in an 11 over Cole Palmer?
You know he would, Lewis. But he's scared about the retaliation online. If this
the retaliation, everyone's against me anyway. No one agrees with me.
So at that point, then I mean, like, don't you want to buy?
I said Sesko over Gyökeres. People came. Right. They come for me anyway, man.
Okay, so how? To be fair, this depends on how highly do you rate Havertz. Yeah. So to me, it sounds like you rate Havertz very highly.
Yeah, I think he's a great footballer. Yeah.
So in that take, I can understand that you're basically saying,
of course, Palmer's better, man. Of course, he's better. But I'm gonna back my guy every day. I don't care.
My point is that why you like. When you buy a striker, when you said for years that the problem is the 9 and you need to get
I never said the problem was the 9.
Hold on. If you bought Isak, would Isak be benching Havertz? Why are you still thinking about
why is that even a pause?
Why are we waiting?
Hear me out.
No.
No, but you can't make it a yes or no. You can't make it a yes or no because there's gonna
be. Oh my yes. No. Make Havertz Isak, yes or no.
Hear me out. No, you have to hear it out.
I'll hear you out. But I'm trying to save you from yourself. Let the record say I tried to save him from himself.
But here's the difference. Isak's a different beast we're talking about. You know, because Isak has more to his game, so I'm not losing anything by playing Isak. He can hold up the play, he can do the playmaking stuff, the aerial, the battles, the bullying, all of that. He's got all of that in his locker. The issue is when you're trying to compare him to the strikers that we're looking to buy, it's different. I've always said I want a left winger more than I want a striker because I don't think the striking or the 9 or whatever you want to call it is really the key to the issue. If we go into the season with Martinelli and Trossard, I'm telling you people are going to complain. Because what is Gyökeres going to feed on? Martinelli's blind alley runs.
Man
just runs into the crowd. What are we going to? What's he doing?
Think Martin Odegaard's
keep the combined 11 because I've got to go get a delivery in a couple of minutes. I want to hear this in person.
Okay, no problem. Hot take: Salah under 21 GA. Ilya, I'll be honest with you. Everyone on the panel will tell you betting against Salah and GA is like the worst bet ever. That's one bet you're gonna lose, brother. You got to be. So let's just not even go there. Here you go. Solz, what's your combined 11 for Chelsea Arsenal?
Shit, I need to know what the Chelsea players are. Okay. I'm going to take our keeper because I don't think their keeper's any good unless they sign someone.
That's very...
Right back. Who's your right back, Ryan? Augusto or Reece James? Which one are you bringing to the table?
James.
Issue is he's injured too much. That's my only issue with him. I actually do think he's better than what we have.
You don't need to do too much. Just say Timber.
I've literally got to get a delivery, so just 11.
Yeah, go for it. All right, I'm going to go. A quick one will be Timber, Saliba, Gabriel. At the current moment, if we're going to form, Kukurea goes left back. Caicedo, Rice. Is Palmer a 10? If you're playing Palmer 10, then
Yes,
I'll put
he's
Palmer.
a 10.
Yeah, then Palmer.
Lewis didn't want that Saka Palmer fight. Lewis was like,
I'll have the Saka Palmer part.
In that case, I'm doing a Caicedo, Rice, Palmer because Palmer in the 10.
Okay.
Odegaard needs to find his form back.
Front three.
Front three has got to be Saka. Are we going with new signings or current?
Whoever's at the team now. Whoever's at the team contracted now.
João Pedro.
No, contracted now.
All right, João Pedro. And I'll put Havertz up top.
All right, calm. I disagree with Havertz, but the rest of it actually won.
Yeah, to be fair, I think that's pretty fair.
Decent team.
Palmer is the best attacking midfielder.
Only reason is because I don't like the strike is the hardest part for both.
Whoa. Respect Florian Wirtz, mate. Sit on the floor. Respect Florian Wirtz.
Yeah, what a league appearance that is.
Hey, go get your delivery. Shut your ass up, okay? I'm Premier League champion. Big up to Sarah who says Wirtz or Palmer. Wirtz for me, of course, Wirtz. Of course, 100%. Now
I want to see how he performs.
I actually think
he's gonna come back. See, told you. Go get your delivery.
It's gonna be interesting.
Reading the other super chat, bruv.
This is the perfect example. Ask Hussam. He wished to have Isak or Ekitike. He will say Isak, back up. My player is exactly Arsenal's fan base problem. To give Arteta justifications for buying Chelsea's trash. Yeah, if you tell me Isak or Ekitike, I'm choosing Isak all day. But I like Ekitike too. So he's a plan B that I'm willing to have. That makes sense. That makes sense. So that's just how I look at it. Anyway, listen, we got 1,300 people locked in. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Go subscribe to all these guys' channels. It's all in the description. And let's get to 500 likes, chat. Come on, we're not that far away. And once again, thank you guys so much for 56,000 subscribers. The road to 60K continues. Let's effing go. Arsenal Football Club. So Solz is saying he don't understand the disrespect. Thank you so much, Beck, as well, by the way. Talk to me, brother. What are you saying?
Oh, what was the question again?
There is no question. I want to talk about Arsenal and the feeling of disrespect, apparently.
Yeah, man. I think we're being written off, which is a good thing, because that means, from a pressure perspective, we shouldn't have any. Going into the season, the players know what it's about. They know what they need to do. It's on business. We got to go try and win a major. That's the honest truth of it. Especially with how long it's been. It should have been last season, in all truth, even if I am one of those positive gooners or whatever you want to call them. I know last season was a failure. Like, we're not going to hide from the fact, and we're not going to sit here and, point fingers and stuff like that. Arsenal made changes in terms of the hierarchy. There's, CEO, whatever, kind of left as well. We've got a new CEO in. We've got, obviously, a new sporting director coming in. So, and we've seen it this summer, we're seeing the reports of, Arteta pushing on a bigger window, bringing in the players that he needs. He wants to close that gap. He wants to get the depth into it. So there's becoming less and less reasons for Arteta to not win or deliver. I know people are going to say, well, if you don't get this, if you don't get that. No, for me, look, we need to wrap up the 9. If one of the attackers coming in, and if Eze is also coming in, that just needs to be wrapped up so that we've got a good preseason with them. Because at the moment it is, look, as much as I banter and as much as I'm having a bit of a laugh and a joke with certain things, it is lining up to being Havertz is going to play against United. As much as I might have joked about it, it's becoming a reality the longer this Gyökeres thing drags on. And what the reason for this drag on, obviously, it's between Sporting and Arsenal. It seems like there's a bit of a mishap going on there. But my concerns are when Eze isn't being wrapped up either, when he seems to be very highly linked to the club and it's a release clause. So, what are they really waiting on here? Is it waiting on the hopes of an Isak becoming available? Is it the hopes that Rodrigo might come? Unless it's one of those two, then I can understand why we're hesitating with the Eze deal, why we might be hesitating with Gyökeres even, because of course, if we sat here and said you can get Isak instead of these two, everyone's taking Isak. So I can understand if the hesitancy is with a player of that kind of caliber, but at the moment, we just need to wrap these up. We've got preseason. We've got a game on Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken, against AC Milan. So for me, we need to start seeing these bigger names come in. I've said it and I'll continue to say it. I am happy with the way Arsenal have moved in the majority of the window, but now it's time to deliver the big signings. We have to see that for it to be a perfect window. Because if we're going to go in and we've played Newcastle on Sunday or whatever it is, and then we're coming back for the Emirates Cup, and at that point we still haven't got these attacking signings, the league could be harder because our start of the season is horrible. Like, it's got all of the, like, most of the big six to play. We need Gyökeres knowing, or if it's Gyökeres, Isak, whatever the striker is, knowing how we play, what the system is going to be, what the game plan is. If it's Eze, if it's Rodrigo, if it's whoever, right? Like, if it's Liao, whatever the left wing signing, if that is to be the case as well, we need them to understand what we're doing as well and have enough games that don't matter because it's friendlies. We don't really care. It's not about the results, it's about getting a plan together and seeing kind of where the inefficiencies are. So we need to start seeing that movement because as good as they've done, they can undo their entire hard work if they go and deliver Gyökeres at the last day of the window. If they go and deliver Eze in the last day of the window, that's them undoing everything good they've done.
Okay, so let me just take a couple of questions about what you just said. So essentially, can I just to understand and just frame your level of appreciation, understanding of the team? Currently, do you believe your first team is better at this moment in time than it was last season?
In aspects, I do think Zubamendi's a massive upgrade in the terms of like how Arteta likes to set up. I think he'll bring a lot of differences into the team and the way that we can now have a lot more passing ranges. We've got a person who can come in deeper, which unleashes Odegaard to go further up. But where the concerns are, which is obvious, is the attack hasn't been touched.
Okay, no, so
other than obviously Madueke coming in.
But the attack has been. You bought Madueke. So the question
but that's
is,
but that for me, the Madueke
that cost £50 million. So at the end of the day,
I don't care. Brennan Johnson cost £50 million. It doesn't mean you have to start.
If it's your budget. If I'm asking you if the first team is improved, you need to then. If we're going off of reports, he's not been bought to be the first teamer. Right. Okay. Well, I mean, the thing is that Madueke. Okay, you bought Madueke in. Obviously, Arteta spoke very highly of him. I'm not sure whether you're going to bring other players in. I'm looking at this from the point of view of saying, what are you thinking about? What are you thinking? That's what I get for leaving my door open. So I was just saying that if you look at Arsenal and what they've done this season and what they're looking to do next season, I think most people want to say Arsenal should have no excuses, right? So I'm saying to you, when you're looking at this transfer window and stuff like that, you're buying talented young players and strengthening the squad. But when you're looking at your rivals, they're improving the first team. Their first teams are getting better, And I'm looking at Arsenal. I'm saying the squad is getting better, but the first team is not. Now, if that first team has not been good enough,
that's also a myth, though, because we don't know.
It's not a myth. At this moment in time, is Zubamendi better than Partey? Genuinely,
I've said this for a long time. Yes.
Right. So I don't think Zubamendi is better than Partey personally. He might be better than him in the future, but I believe that Partey was playing at a very good level for one of the best sides in Europe for the last 2 years. Okay, that's Partey's level. Yeah, that's the level he's been playing at, whether I like it or not as a rival fan. Now, Zubamendi's coming in. Just because he's a £60 million signing doesn't mean he's automatically better than Partey was. I'm sure he'll bring other attributes.
No. That's one. You guys are looking at it as in it's going to be the same way we're going to play. No, because this has always been the plan to change the way we play. It's going to go into a double pivot with the Rice being in the 8 as more of a box-to-box. Zubamendi coming in deeper to kind of tempo control everything. That's the thing. Like you're seeing it as if the tactics and the game plan and everything's going to be exactly the same. But we yet to also see what else is coming. We know you're
weren't we kind of doing that already? Because you made the point that Rice would be going forward more. Like that was what we were doing with Thomas Partey.
No. But he'd be more of a box to box than he has been now. Because right now we've been giving him more of the attacking emphasis, where he defends from the front.
Can I be honest? I mean, again, I don't watch enough Real Sociedad to know that. So as it stands right now, I say Partey is better than Zubamendi. But again, I haven't watched a lot of Zubamendi. That's the point I'm trying to make. So that's why I'm interested to see how he starts to play when the season starts. But with the way I'm looking at it, it feels like we are going to play that same way. That's why I'm now interested to see how Gyökeres is going to work on this side, because I do think there will be a different style of play with the attack. because he's not a false nine. If he tries to make him into a false nine, like Havertz or what Sesko could have been if he signed for us, I'm going to be very, very disappointed because I don't think that's how Gyökeres would like to play at all. But I can't see at the moment how Zubimendi would change us, because I know what you say about the whole box-to-box thing with Rice, but I feel like he was doing that already. So
no, the reason
if we were having
Zubimendi
two
changes
DMs,
the way that we play, like I said, it's not just to do with Rice, it's more to do with Odegaard. Now, what he does for Odegaard is because Zubimendi likes to come in deeper and actually collect the ball a lot deeper from the centre-backs, from the goalkeeper even, it means Odegaard doesn't need to do that anymore. Because one of the biggest reasons why Odegaard was struggling. Now, this doesn't mean he's going to find form back. I hope he does. I rate the guy. I think he's a brilliant footballer, but he had a poor season. I can also hold my hands up and say that's also happened. Now, one of the key attributing reasons is because we asked him to do things he shouldn't really be doing. Now, he can be great from deep. I'm not saying he hasn't got the ability at all to do that. But when Odegaard's best season for Arsenal was when he was playing more as a direct 10, a lot further forward, closer to the box, taking those opportunities. Like the United games are key. Like some of the bigger games, he scored pivotal.
Can we agree that this sounds quite, maybe a bit ridiculous, but we need to stop. We just need to keep him up front, because you can see how bored and tired he gets.
Does.
Yes, because you can see how bored and tired he gets from pressing. It's just fact. He doesn't like doing it. And it's fair. It is what it is, isn't it? You see it in the games. He will do it for about 20 minutes, and then he will just completely fall off, and he won't want to do it anymore. But I get that. He wants to be more upfront, he wants to be more creative, so I understand that. So I hope now with the facility of Gyökeres, you'll have someone to work with and someone to feed the ball into that will be up front, not next to him in a false line, sort of dropping deep and then swapping over whatever that we were doing before, right? So I do
know what
is the truth. And
there's something that Connor mentioned about Zubimendi that's interesting. Do you guys now think because Partey left, Zubimendi now has to hit the ground running?
100%.
You had to hit the ground running regardless, in my opinion, because I think
if Partey was there, you'd have a quick fix.
Oh no, of course, yeah, because everyone before everything came out, everyone thought, oh, who's going to start first? Before we knew Thomas Partey was leaving, everyone was like, oh, Zubimendi will be on the bench and slowly integrate his way. And I was like, no, there's no way we're paying that amount of money for him to sit on the bench to get ready and used to the league. He was going to start. So there, I look at it in a sense of, and it's the same with Noni Madueke, but then again, he's Premier League proven, but for the money we're paying, the hype around him, obviously linked with you before, Hassam. He's got a big repertoire.
Who's linked with me before? We were never linked with Madueke.
No, Zubimendi. The iconic clip. I wish you could. Do you have that clip on you by any chance? That clip's amazing. That never happened. But no, yeah. So no, 100% Hassam. He has to hit the ground running, especially for that price tag, and he's an experienced football player.
I want to present something to you both, and I want to get your genuine reaction to it. You guys probably, you've seen me say for the last 2 years that I thought headed into the season that Arsenal were going to win the league. There's something this time I'm looking at Arsenal and I feel the complete polar opposite. I feel like Arsenal could have a really bad season because they need a fresh new voice around in the club. Is that a fair statement or do you think it's too much? Because I used to say that I think even if Klopp stayed, we would win the league this season. I changed my mind on that. I think these players needed a fresh voice. They needed a new voice. They needed someone to give them fresh ideas. And I'm just looking at this Arsenal situation right now. Even though I said you're going to win the league 2 years in a row, there's something stopping me, even with this Gyökeres thing. I just don't trust Arteta when push comes to shove. I think Arteta's a very good coach, but not a very good manager, if it makes sense.
I think personally for me, I think one reason why I'm swaying towards what you're saying is only because of the additions that teams are making around us. We're making additions, but like yourself, Hassam, Man City started to make good additions. Whether they're going to finish on that, we'll see what happens at the end of the window. Obviously, Chelsea, as you spoke earlier, they're all making additions. So teams are making additions. It's like everyone saw what happened last season with, everyone just really dropping off. They're like, right, we've all got to act now. We've all got to be back up to our best. Obviously, you deserve winners, Hassam. You deserve to win that league by a mile, even with everyone falling off as they did. That's why I would put that reasoning up. However, I have been calling for this striker for so long. And one of the only reasons I'd say why Mikel Arteta could win a trophy, and we all know my stance on Mikel Arteta, I'm not his biggest fan, and I do believe this is his last season, and he should walk if he doesn't win a trophy this season. I always said the striker would unlock this team. And the striker that I wanted the whole time is the one that possibly we're going to be getting. So that's why I'm like a bit on the fence. Apologies at the moment, because I do think that the striker will change things. I think
Connor on the fence, surely.
I do think it will change things, but again, I'm on the same boat as everyone else. I do still think we need that. I think we need those two big signings. We need that Gyökeres and we do need that Eze. And then I would be very confident going on.
Do you think there's a possibility after 7 games that Arteta steps down or Arsenal sack him?
God no. He's got too big of an ego to do that. No way. He wouldn't step down. I generally think the board would have to sack him. I don't know if he'd walk. I don't think he's got that thing about him to walk.
Okay, let me present my scenario with Arsenal so you'll see where I'm coming from. Egal and Lee Gunner are polar opposites. Egal is so pro Arteta and Lee Gunner is so anti Arteta, right? 20% of the Arsenal fan base are Egals, 20% of the Arsenal fan base are Lee Gunners. I'm talking about the 60% in the middle. All it's gonna take is 1-1. Completely plausible. Draw away at Old Trafford for that 60% to already be losing their shit. Even the ones in the middle. I'm not talking about the ones who are pro Arteta or anti Arteta. I'm talking about the ones in the middle who are like, you know what? Let's just give him another year. Now he has a striker, blah, blah, blah. You know, people who are, let's say, fair with it and objective with it or whatever you want to say. If you look at them, all it's going to take is 1 draw in the first game away from home because it's such a pressure cooker scenario right now. And everyone will immediately just fucking flip directly. It is this close to a meltdown right now.
At the end of the day, like, you know, I've been known to not be the most positive Arsenal fans, but it's a season. It's not a 1-game thing. And I get, you know, it's a big start to the season, and it will be a big message. Actually, I think whoever wins that first game with Arsenal, Man United, it will put a bit of a message, especially more maybe Arsenal if they lose with the amount of money they've put up this summer, and if we do get Gyökeres and dare I say an Eze or Rodrigo before that game kicks off. So yeah, I do think there will be obviously turmoil. There will be a lot of like, come on now, we've got this striker. Why aren't we already like winning games? But it is a season. It's not by game. But if it's going to be a case, Sam, of maybe what you're predicting, if we're not going ahead and win after that, then I will start to have problems and concerns. We can't be. We've got to be keeping, you know, we have to be keeping in rhythm with all the teams that are going to be hopefully competing.
You just said win. Do you know your fixture list, brother?
Well, no, but you know, the point I'm trying to make it. Well, I can't even remember off the top of my head. But the point I'm trying to make is
your third game is Anfield.
But listen, the point I'm trying to make is if we're not competing with everyone else and staying on that same rhythm, hopefully even further if we can, then I will have problems. But again, the season is not a sprint; it's a marathon. You know, so. Yeah, that's the way I look at it. But again, yeah, if we drop off,
do you think your fan base has it in them to be like patient again? That's.
I don't have it to be patient. This is my last season, the Sun. I mean, the last 2 seasons were my last season. But you know, here we are again. What can I do? I can't sack Mikel Arteta and ask for change. But you know, at the end of the day, we're in this scenario now, and I do think he knows that this is his last chance. But whether he chooses to walk with no trophy, that's a different scenario. The fans have every right to be impatient now. And I'm impatient. I want a trophy. I want silverware. So it is going to be probably that same thing a season again where you're going to have a. But I do think there's more people who are now putting more pressure under Arteta than they were 2 years ago, and rightfully so. You know. So, but it's just we'll see what happens in it. We don't know what's going to happen. We could win all of our games this season. You know, in an ideal world. But no, every Arsenal fan has a right to be impatient now. 100%. With the amount of time it's taken, but also there's going to be a set of Arsenal fans that are willing to give this season time and see what happens. But I'm going to play the short game. I
don't think you understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying that Arsenal fans are going to be Arteta out after the first game. I'm saying because it's such a pressure cooker scenario at your football club, all it's going to take is 1 fuck up for people to lose their heads. Because the way that you've went over the last 3 years, second, 8 points ahead, Saliba injury, you lose the league. Yeah. You finish 2 points behind Manchester City towards the end, you lose to Aston Villa at home. And what happened last year? I'm not talking about the season as a whole. I'm saying because you're in a pressure cooker scenario where everyone sat back going like, listen, even if we back Arteta now, he has to deliver. Exactly what you just said. All it's going to take is 1 bad result for people to lose their heads. So I'll give you an example. First 3 games, United away, Leeds at home, Liverpool away. Okay, let's say you draw to United away, you beat Leeds at home, and you lose to Liverpool away. All of a sudden, you're looking at the league table. It says Chelsea 9 points, Liverpool 9 points, City 9 points. And you're sat there going like, wait a minute, I'm already 5 points behind in game week 3. Like,
That's what I mean.
I don't think people will be patient until game week 30 is my point.
Okay, but that's exactly. I agree with Simon. It is the case of the money we've spent, and a lot of people said, you talk about the amount of money that Arteta spent. He's been backed again. If Gyökeres happens, and obviously maybe another big signing, he's been backed again. Another chunk of money. There's no leeway out of this now. I dare I say there was no leeway out of it last season. I didn't have any leeway. I said he should walk. I think we do need someone new. But I'm looking at the situation now this season. He is here. I can't change anything. But I do agree, Sam. Fans will react like that. I don't know how I'm going to feel at the time, but if that's going to be the case, I probably will react like that. But
you'd probably say Arteta out game week 3 is my point. If that happens.
Again, you're right. It is a pressure season, and he is on a knife's edge. So he has to deliver. And sorry, I probably really made this a long conversation for no reason because I've just said that now.
No, it's okay. I want to express
but no, listen, I know obviously people still want to say this stuff now, but it is a pressure cook season. But we'll just take it game by game, and if it's going to be like how you say, Sam, and it's going to be if it's not going to be competing, all I want is if we're going to stay, we just have to be staying with everyone else, and hopefully, and obviously above, because I want to win the league. Just got to be keeping like that. If we're going to be dropping further and further, and I'm seeing 6 points away, 7 points, then I'm now going to be like, right, come on, guys. Now it's very clear and obvious now, So, but I'm looking to wait and see.
This is not the super chat section, but this is an interesting question. I'll let Solz answer this one. Hussam, ask them: are they serious with the trophies? I mean, if Arteta only wins the FA Cup, he should stay. Is it enough for the fan base?
I mean, the reality of the matter is it's not what's enough for us, it's what the board want, because they wanted Madueke. The fan base kind of voiced their opinions on that, and, they had petitions and everything you can do. They don't care. They will do what they feel is right for the club and what's right for the project. At the end of the day, Arteta, for me, I don't think will get sacked unless he has an absolutely gargantuanly shit season. It has to be something horrifically bad for him to be sacked. I think an FA Cup.
Don't deflect. Answer.
Well, win an FA Cup, I think we need to start winning trophies. That's the whole point of what we're trying to build. And trophies are trophies at the end of the day. So I'm going to take whatever I can get because we haven't been winning them. And sometimes the floodgates open with a singular trophy. So I'm fine with if he can deliver something this season, because we need to see it. We need to see that he can compete. He can compete on all fronts, but also win something along the way. And, we need to obviously see the Gyökeres and Eze deal. But in terms of a new voice, I actually don't think that's where the issue lies. I think the players are clearly backing him. They clearly love where the project's going. They love what he's trying to bring. Even if we hear the quotes from his press conferences, from people behind the scenes, he's one of the key reasons why KSE are even showing the level of ambition that they have. So for me, it's... Arteta has taken us from a very dark place and bringing us back to light. Now, whether he can go beyond that and actually deliver something to us, time will tell. I mean, that's the only missing piece for him, because the project's been a success. As much as people want to sit here and tarnish it, the only thing that takes it to excellency and greatness is the fact that he hasn't delivered anything. But we were in a bad place, and now we stabilized ourselves and we're competing. Because a lot of people write Arsenal off, but watch how they still surprise you. Watch how they're still in the conversation. A lot of you have already sat there and said, well, we don't really know what Arsenal are going to do. We don't think they'll be in this title race. Not all of you, by the way, but we've seen Hussam here. We've heard Hussam kind of say he doesn't really know, So at the end of the day, a lot of people are doing that. And also when you say Arteta out, look, there's people who are Arteta out game week 0. I don't think that matters. I don't think.
No, you're missing the point. I'm not
talking
about
going to look at it and go,
the likes of Lee. I'm not talking about the likes of Egal.
Oh my God,
I'm talking about the ones in the middle.
We better get it gone.
No, but I'm talking about the ones in the middle.
No, but the ones in the middle have been in the middle.
You're missing my point. Egal is Arteta in, right? Liganer is Arteta out. We know this, okay? I'm talking about the 60% of the fan base that are in the middle. They're on the fence, like Connor is. They're on the fence. Okay, you know what?
No. How many times have I said on streams that I'm Arteta out? Let's not do this.
Okay, I'm saying you're on the fence a lot, innit? So my point is, you see how he's on the fence. A lot of them are on the fence. I'm saying by
a
game week
a lot of them are always on the
okay,
fence.
this
It's
is
not-
my
it's-
point.
It
Hear
doesn't
me out.
really matter.
Hear me out. Hear me out. I'm saying if at game week 3, Arsenal are on 4 points and the other 3 clubs are on 9, how you think the 60% will react?
Why can't it be the other way around? Like it's always Arsenal in the negative. Like it
Yeah,
doesn't
but
make
that's
sense.
because I'm asking about the pressure cooker scenario.
Yeah, but even if that is the case, look at the first 3 games. I'm fine with that. Like, because it's not the first 3 games doesn't dictate where you're going to finish. There's a long season ahead of that. It's not if we're going to write the season off in 3 games, then why are we keeping Arteta?
You're
What's the point of going
crazy.
in? Well, okay. If let's say that happens to Liverpool, why are you going to sack Slot? No, because it's
he's
stupid.
already a
Why are you
Premier
going to
League
No. Why is your manager dictated on 3
Because
games? That's
Liverpool
stupid.
are not in a
That
pressure
means-
cooker
that
scenario.
means- No. That means you never believed you were going to win the league. 3 games? Nah, never going to happen. That's stupid. That is so stupid. It's the
Okay,
dumbest
so-
thing I've heard.
sorry,
In
can I-
3
can I-
games, in
Hold
3
on,
games, you're wiping
one sec.
everything out.
I love the propaganda because I don't remember which wise person told me, but a wise person told me once that winners win and losers explain. And I get where you're coming from, so 100%.
But we're not winners yet, so we know that it's nothing revolutionary that you're about to say. That yes, we know we haven't won.
So you're explaining.
Well, we have to at the moment. We haven't won. Like we're not. I'm not denying the fact that we haven't won, but the reality is we've already by a lot of people we're already being written off. But 3 games, though. Come on now, you're telling me after 3 games.
So this is the thing, yeah. As a Spurs fan, when we had our Pochettino window to win, yeah, I'm gonna say that when you're in a window, you don't realize you're in a window until it's too late. Sometimes you miss your moment and you don't realize you're actively missing your moment in real time. So I'm saying to you, you have a younger team than Spurs had. The core's still there. I understand a lot of the points that you make. If you look at things from a very positive point of view with regard to your team, 100%, I hear almost everything. Your problem is in this time period of not winning titles, you've missed your window of FA Cups. You've missed your window of League Cups that would satisfy the fan base. You're past that now. Now the fan base will only be sated with a Premier League title or a Champions League title. That's what your fan base desires. Yeah. The rest of it, you missed your window because, that's wrong. You won an FA Cup in the first season. Yeah. And one can then flip it and make the argument that Arteta won the FA Cup not with his players. He won it with Emery's players. Yeah. And as he's had all of his players, the more players he gets, the further you are from the target of what you're trying to achieve. That's what City would say.
That's disingenuous. We're not that far away from the league title. No, because you're just chatting shit. I'm not going to just allow the chatting shit. Champions League semi-final is far away.
With all due respect, you've been talking for 24 minutes on every point. I've spoken for 1 minute on this point, and now you're telling me I'm chatting shit. I could easily turn to you and say, I could easily spoken to you. No, you can disagree with what I'm saying. No, I said you were chatting shit. I said you were chatting shit for the last 5 minutes. I didn't.
Yeah, I might be. But the reality is he's not getting further away. That's just disingenuous.
How many points did you get last season?
Last season was an off season. But the reality is we haven't been far off.
Hold on. Why is it the season that you had serious injuries and fell off? Listen, I'm not trying to be disingenuous. I'm trying to be blunt. Yeah. When you've looked at these other teams that win, when Kevin De Bruyne is injured, when other teams are making it over the line with injuries, that's what happens. You had injuries. Liverpool had injuries at the time with Van Dijk.
Yeah, they won.
Bro, I understand. I understand you not getting over the line. Yeah. But the seasons you didn't have injuries, the seasons you had a full team, the seasons you weren't in the Champions League, when you were in one cup, you didn't win then. So my point to you is, it's disingenuous for me to assume that you're just going to be able to win when with more favorable conditions, you've not been able to win. Yeah?
No, if we get the signings over the line, this is the most favorable position we've been in.
Well, listen, but my point to you is then, if you're going to create a scenario now, you don't exist in a vacuum. The teams around you are also getting better. The teams around you are also improving. That's why I made the point to you, is your starting lineup improving? Because if it's not improving and your squad's
if you're talking today, then no. But if you're talking like what we're speculating is going to happen, then yes.
Okay, listen, and listen, and fair's fair. And the Champions League point, you got to the semi-final, but you got to the semi-final while you're dramatically off in the league. I'm not trying to say that you did a Tottenham and focused on the Champions League, but you know, your form around these games was not fantastic. So one could make the argument again, would you have done as well in the Champions League if you were competing in the Premier League at the same time?
But okay, argument's sake, if we went and won a Champions, who cares? But the reality of the matter is you're saying we're so far away. But we
I didn't say that. That's how you interpreted my words. I said you're getting
okay, he's getting further away. He's getting
further away.
We're not getting further away though.
If that's what you say.
Okay, so you're telling me Gyökeres, I've been hearing so much about this Gyökeres guy, like he's the greatest distinction of sliced bread has come around. All of a sudden we sign him, and you know we're not. So why is my take on Kai Havertz so bad then? Because if Gyökeres is that much better, wait. If Gyökeres is that much better,
okay. Well, my point is that when you lost, for example, I know this is unfair, but humor me. When you lost to United in the FA Cup, yeah, and Havertz had a terrible game, yeah, missed plenty of chances that would have put you through, yeah. A lot of fans went from that moment saying, we need a better striker. We need a more clinical striker. We need a top striker. You look at, if you have a Havertz, how many goals are you getting from the right wing, left wing, and Odegaard? The closest you got was when Odegaard went lights out in his goal scoring. The rest of it, you don't have enough goals from the wings to basically say, Havertz is our guy. So I'm saying to you, the composition of your attack, if Havertz is your number 9, requires a high scoring winger, yeah, in order for it to compensate for the fact that this guy isn't the most clinical and that your team composition is not of that. So therefore, if you continue to play Havertz,
so you're making the point for me, which is what I'm saying. If Gyökeres is that much better, like he's so much better, how are we getting further away than clearly?
Because this is when I said to you, Havertz shouldn't be your 9 anymore. That's why when you're saying he should be, I'm saying to you, the team composition will not allow you to win the Premier League if Havertz is your 9, unless you buy a high-scoring left winger. It just won't work.
Arguments that we're looking at Gyökeres, we're looking at Eze, right? So they're the two likelihoods to come in. So if we're getting further away and we bought these two and we're getting further away with these two, then what are we like? I don't get the arguments here, like of getting a 9 and getting a left winger. No matter what we do, then doesn't matter. But we're addressing our issues. That's all we can do as Arsenal. We can only address our issues. Yes, Liverpool are going to go and improve. City are going to go and improve. Whatever's going to go and improve, right? But the reality is we also have improved majorly if we're bringing a Gyökeres and if we're bringing an Eze. That's two key positions that have let us down.
Fair enough. So I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna finish my point on this, and I want to hear what Lewis thinks about Arsenal's prospects here. But I'm gonna finish on the fact that you can romanticize the players that got you there, yeah, and you can find it difficult to move on from those players in order to do it. I think Havertz had a year spell when he was one of the best forwards in the league. I genuinely think he played really well, did well, contributed a lot, was good. Problem is that version of Havertz is very difficult for him to maintain all season round. And you might say, let's rotate with Gyökeres, this and that. That's fine. I don't know if the business you're doing is going to be enough. And I'm not saying that it's not going to be enough. It's I don't know. And the thing is that the patience that Arsenal fans may require, I don't know if it exists now because of the near misses. Because having been a team like Spurs who was close and didn't get over the line, all it takes is a slow start.
Doing this comparison to
You're going to find out very early into the season with the run of games that they got coming up.
That's what I'm trying to say. We're going to find out real soon whether or not you guys are about this life next season.
I'll be so real. I look at Liverpool 22-23 when they start the season poorly and they just look mentally taxed throughout the campaign. And I could really see that happen to Arsenal if they don't have a good start and their rivals do. I really could. That first run of games is peak. And now it's the reverse effect, though. If you do actually go through all of that, confidence is going to be at an elite level. But that's if you do that. And I'm not really sure about that.
Yeah, but okay. We don't struggle to the bigger teams. We've shown that it's been 3 seasons on the trot that we haven't lost to any of them. We've drawn, we've had wins, but they have none of these have beaten us. So when we're looking at that from the league perspective, I don't think, yes, it is a hard start. I'm not disagreeing. I think it is probably one of the hardest, other than maybe United, from the traditional big six. But if we go through that with the likelihood results of, let's say we get a draw and we draw at Anfield, they're two major stadiums that we go to and actually drop points in that we've already got out the way. So there's another way of looking at it that actually momentum can build from there onwards. And that's when Liverpool start getting their harder games, City start getting their harder games. So for me, I'm not writing it off from the beginning. That's the issue that I'm trying to get at.
No, I hear all of that. It also depends on how you lot use the next few weeks. I don't know if you're going to get Eze. I'll be so real. I don't think Rodrigo ain't going anywhere, to be honest. And if he does, it'll probably be Liverpool or Bayern. But if you get Gyökeres, at least you got a bit more of a finishing touch to your team. If you don't, I don't know. Your best bet is just not lose those games and then just see how many you can win.
No, I don't disagree. Like, look, we need to get Gyökeres in early. We need to get him in. Well, pretty much we had to get him in now so that the Wednesday game that we've got him in for that. We've got him in for the Newcastle game that we've got on the weekend. We've got, these are the kinds of games that we really need to be getting Gyökeres to test himself and understand the system and everything like that, especially with the fact that I think, well, I could be mistaken on a few players, but 99% of our players haven't actually had to go away for any sort of pre-season stuff. Like, I know Nawari went for the Euro under-21 championship or whatever it is. But other than that, our players have been pretty much on holiday. So they've had a full rest. They can get into pre-season. And we've got the likes of Saka, Havertz, Odegaard, Rice, Zubimendi, all of these to integrate Gyökeres into. But unfortunately, the club hasn't gotten that done. And obviously, we'll see kind of what happens with the Eze. I don't think Rodrigo's coming, but it's a name that's still kind of floating around. But I think Eze is more likely if any of them are coming in. But yeah, I'm just...
It doesn't seem to have made any distance on the Eze thing, though. Just seems to still... I've heard it's only player-to-club talks. Like, nothing else. And now we both seem to be looking away from the wages, and it's a release clause that has to be paid in one installment. Fabrizio said you only want to pay a structure. I don't really believe you get Eze either. I'll be so real. Gyökeres is the only one that's a maybe. It's taking fucking ages, but there's no way.
But that's because Sporting are fucking around. But when Sporting are constantly changing the terms of the deal, what they want to do. So it's a difficult one for us to get done because as soon as we agree to pay what they want, they change the terms of the deal. So they keep changing the goalposts to suit their narrative. And also just said, look, this is the deal. Get it done or not. And that's why Gyökeres is doing what he's doing, where he's just not going to training. Is it a structure thing
or is it just a fee thing? Are they asking for more money or are they changing the structure of it?
Both. So it's like they want, well, in some arguments...
Where is everyone going? Sorry. Oh.
I don't know. But yeah, so like, obviously we're hearing different things. I mean, I'm not in the know, so I don't have a clue like what the ins and outs are. But from obviously like the reports are, Arsenal have agreed certain fees and like certain structures and whatever the case may be. And then Sporting will turn around and go, well, actually, no, we want this now. And then we want this, then we want this. And that's why like even Gyökeres and his agency are getting pissed off as well because they're like, well, you're not agreeing to anything here. Like you're just constantly changing the goalposts. And that's why like now the fees have been agreed. Now they've got a problem with the add-ons. So it's just a constant merry-go-round of just something happening where they're just not, they're trying to delay this deal as much as they can.
If none of the add-ons are working then and you don't look any closer to any of the targets, really, truly, like, what's stopping you lot from just slapping an extra 10 million there? Just be, look, there's an extra 10 million, get this or we're leaving.
But we've done that as well. That's the thing. It's gone from like the base price that we were willing to pay. We've already come up about 10 million anyway. So it's just, they will change it again. So even if we went and agreed and said, okay, fuck the add-ons, let's just pay the full thing, they'll just change the deal again, which is what they've been doing. That's the issue. They just constantly, they've done it with Bruno Fernandes. They've done it in the past with loads of deals. Like they just constantly change the goalpost because they know certain clubs are desperate to get players in.
They're hoping someone else pulls up, just gets an emergency late offer. That's what I think's happening. I see if someone comes in late and like, you know how it gets late when it gets later into the window, teams get more desperate. They start throwing more money out. That's it. They're probably trying to wait you out or wait someone else out and get maximum pay. It's a bastard move. I've seen it happen. We had it with Brighton and Caicedo. We thought we'll just get him for 70, 80 million. We'll just wait it out. Liverpool come in, slap 110. We now have to act and do 115.
Yeah. Or maybe that's what they're waiting for, because they've seen obviously the Madueke. Maybe they have seen the Madueke that we slapped the money down. You know, Zubimendi. Obviously, I mean, it took years for him to agree to come.
Which also vindicates Sporting a bit more, because the fact that you just slapped that money down for Noni in the middle of it says you got money to work with.
Yeah. I mean, look, we've made mistakes. I've not said like, you know, we haven't made any mistakes this window, but at the same time,
hi guys.
we don't know
I
what's
just
happening
spilled
with
the whole mug of coffee on my laptop. Hope you're all having a lovely day. You get me, this whole mug is on my laptop right now. Let me just read the supers, and can we end the stream, please?
Yeah, go for it.
Madness.
Yeah, go for it, bro.
Said this on a Mo stream. Palmer has won fuck all compared to Wirtz. Wirtz is a double winner and was a star player and Bundesliga player of the year.
Palmer won a fucking treble. The fuck?
What treble?
Yeah, he was
He
part of
won
the
a
City.
treble with City, mate.
Yeah, he won it one
Oh,
game.
you're so shameful. Oh
Did he win it? Yes
This
or
guy
no?
contributed
Why
as
you
much as
owning
Wes
him?
Brown.
What do you mean, bruv? He played in the Champions League. He had minutes in the Prem. He assisted fucking Alvarez when they lifted the trophy against us. He cooked Azpilicueta on the left-hand side. I think I forgot. I was there.
So shall I go check his minutes in the Premier League in the treble season?
Yeah, go. You'll see minutes and you'll see vindication that he deserved the medal. Go have a look.
Oh, minutes. There you are. You're such a fraud. You know
Did he have minutes? I saw him play a full starting appearance against the Gargantuan Blues. And in the cup.
Lewis, why do you like this? Why? Can you tell me just why?
Did he win a treble, yes or no? You're hating.
Yeah, but Wes
like,
Brown won a treble.
Yep. Nah, you know what? Fuck him. He won it against us. Fuck him.
Yeah, there you are. Because it's against you. It's fuck him, huh?
Yeah, fuck him, bruv. I know he was there in 2008 smiling and all of that, the fucking prick. He's got a treble, bruv. Hold that. Trying to talk down Palmer's trophies, man. He's a born winner. Hey, he's come down to Chelsea 3 finals, Poch tax. The other 2, he got goals and assists.
Oh, Poch tax. Was Tuchel there during Poch tax too?
Well, Tuchel wouldn't defend against children in extra time. I would have won that with him.
He didn't defend against children. He just lost with all the experienced players.
No, Poch lost with the children.
No, Tuchel lost with the experienced player.
No, the children. Poch lost against the children. Tuchel, you had to take him to pens. Respect is what it is.
Wow, so Virgil van Dijk header is the reason why Tuchel did not go to fucking penalty. Poch didn't go to penalties. You're so shameful.
The same goal he scored 50 minutes before that got ruled out. But we didn't need a set piece coach, that brilliant manager said. The players can do it themselves, innit?
Who said that?
Poch, we don't need a set piece coach. Why do you think we conceded so many goals from set pieces?
Wait, so you actually rate Nicolas Jova?
Who?
You rate Nicolas Jova?
Well, I mean, he had them cooking. They haven't really scored as much set pieces recently, but ultimately, you need a set piece coach, especially in football in this day and age.
Fairs.
Especially with the experience of that squad too.
What are your expectations for Ekitike next season? My expectations are win the league and Ekitike play a role, because according to carefully Louis G, that's all he needs. He needs minutes. He needs minutes and starts, and he's a Premier League winner. You got me.
Well, I mean, that's what would get him eligible for a medal, innit?
Jokes aside, I'm expecting... Okay, I'm going to be fair about this. 15 goals, but I also expect a lot of assists. 8 assists, 9 assists, whatever. Something like this. City are not buying because...
I expect good combinations between him and players. He don't necessarily have to get GNA, but he has to look good and at least facilitate.
Yeah, I mean, if he helps Mo get more goals or something, you know, like it's a good season. City not buying because he can't say how long Pep stays. I think you're talking about like players not knowing, which to be fair, that's something I'm going to credit Egal here. That's something that Egal has said for a while. He said maybe players won't join City if they don't know what the hell is going on with the 115 thing, which is fair because we don't know. I'm not saying they're going to be found guilty. I'm saying I don't know. And finally, no excuses. Arsenal fans, Arteta must win something. You agree with that, Solz?
Yes.
Perfect. Easy answer. Anyway, guys, I'm going to continue cleaning this coffee off my laptop because I literally just spilt a whole mug on my laptop. You get me? So, love you all. Subscribe to Carefree Lewis G, Gunnar Solz, Vator Games TV. Subscribe to all the guys' channels.
We'll pray for your laptop.
I hope so. It's fucking expensive. You get me? If this shit is destroyed, I'm fucked. I ain't gonna pay no 1,000 something pounds for a new laptop.
Yeah, chat. You might need to help him out a little bit. I'm gonna redo Team of the Season 11 tomorrow. I can't wait, bruv.
What ex-A-listers, Team of the Season. Let's go,
bruv. Emergency A-listers.
Funding the new laptop. Go fund me. Anyway. Listen, subscribe to all these guys. I'm going to be back on Hossam X, Tom X, Scoppish. Love you all and see you whenever we see you. Peace out. Also, the stream, you can take it for Judge Mo. Go tell him PSG 5-0. Peace out.